Already, this froze. Unbelievable. This stream froze within 5 seconds of me starting it. Oh, excuse me. I was just outside sweating a volume of water that, let's say, you wouldn't want to measure it. You would be shocked at the number and upset. I was only outside for like 20 minutes too. Fuck. Oh man, it's. I didn't cuss. It is hot. Everything absorbs heat. Everything radiates heat. I'm gonna turn a fan on in here. I finally slept decently last night. Although I woke up like every hour and a half to go to the bathroom. I don't know what it is. There have been occasional nights where when I eat kind of well, which I didn't eat well yesterday, like meaning eat enough food, I didn't eat much yesterday, that I don't have to go to the bathroom much. Last night, I swear I was getting up every hour and a half, delirious, thirsty, my mouth hurt, going to the bathroom, coming back, I mean, going back to sleep, coming back to sleep, and but I actually slept all right after I accidentally fell asleep on the couch here for like 90 minutes on the live stream. That was funny. I was like, oh crap, I'm still live streaming. Did I just fall asleep mid sentence or what? But been doing a lot of writing still, and gonna try and do a lot more today. Um, I actually thought I'd have to leave here earlier, leave Sunspace, and that's why I went out and thought, okay, well, I'll just live stream while I'm out. And then it turned out I didn't have to. I thought somebody else was going to have to come in here do some work. So it's like, okay, came right back. But I was like, I already posted on the community page. I'm going live, so I'll go ahead and actually do it. Keep my word. Uh, what is it, by the way, when I use this background, this white background, I get almost no viewers on a live stream in my thumbnail. What is that? I don't get it. If I'm in my car or if I'm against the couch over there, I get more views. That's on you all. That's not on me. I blame you. But it's probably over 100 degrees, I guess, right now in the valley. It is horribly, horribly hot. And yeah, I slept all right, which was nice. I had super weird dreams, like messed up, scary. Actually, I was watching clips from Blade Runner 2049 yesterday. I haven't seen the movie. I've seen the first Blade Runner many times, the original version, and I've seen maybe a director's cut once. I know there's like 5 editions of that movie, right? But I, uh, I think my dreams were influenced by it. It was super trippy, but I was like, I want to see something that's like not like in the ordinary world. I want to see a big, huge vision, a spectacle that's like shows what what the potential for the human race is, I guess. And that was interesting to see. I do want to see the movie. I just never got around to it, but it's beautiful visuals and wardrobe and casting, all that. Very interesting. And I think it just got in my dreams. And sleeping for as long as I did, probably slept like what? I still got up at 4:30, but counting my 2 hour or 90-minute nap at like 8:30. 4 plus 6, 7.5 hours. That's the most I've slept in a while. So yeah, when I sleep longer, it just that's fuck. Again, this has to happen. The live stream cuts out under 5 minutes, and I've lost the connection twice, and not lost the internet. It just the live stream stops working, and the first time was 5 seconds into the live stream. But doing a lot of work and getting much better about not being distracted and just going right into it and really pushing myself. I love this Trelby software. screenwriting software. It's almost like DOS. I love how it's like almost command line only in a way. Yes, you can use the mouse and stuff, but I love how simple it is. It's not like a ton of graphic interface. It's like very bare bones. I actually really enjoy that. It feels so effective, even though it's very basic. You don't have a lot of tools like in Final Draft you have, but you do have things like a breakdown where it'll tell you what percentage of your screenplay is descriptions, is or action, is the well, I said yeah, scene descriptions like exterior, street, night, something, characters, dialogue. It'll break all that down for you. Um, AC Camacho, but it's very basic. Like it doesn't let you do a lot of stuff that apparently other programs do. Like you can do the basically a breakdown for the call sheet. Like say if you were actually shooting the movie, you could pull, put in each part. Okay, here's the shot breakdown and put it, next to the scene like a shooting script, and you can have, like pop out, I guess, like the props you'll need and stuff. So that way you can have it extremely detailed, because all that gets horribly complicated and expensive. But Trelby is great. Trelby. Trelby. It's a screenwriting program. It's free, and it's for Windows and Linux, so not for Apple, but it's open source. So if anybody knows code and would want to make a code for it that'll work for Apple computers, you can do that. It's really awesome. No registration, nothing. So I'm really glad I have that because it's helping me to understand the screenplay better when it's formatted right. Now I can't even look at it in the old, I had it in WPS, which is basically like a free Microsoft Word, a word processor where you can't really format stuff right. I mean, you could technically, but it would be extremely tedious. You're basically be using the space bar to format everything. There's no way to just do it in WPS. And there's no way I'm getting a paid word processor again as long as I have WPS. Yeah, once in a while ads pop up on it, big deal. It's just in the lower right corner, very once in a while. But Trelby's great, so really glad about that. And just like how simple it is. There's one or two little weird quirks where you highlight stuff and delete it and it makes everything jump up, and it's like, damn it, why didn't I just delete back to where the cursor is and not pull everything back to it, like ripples everything back. But anyways, been doing a bunch of writing like that, and it's hot as hell. That's why I'm all sweaty. I was outside for a little bit, just for like 20 minutes, and it is brutal. And it's going to be hot all week, even though it won't be as bad as this. I slept well for once, thank goodness. That was unreal. Sleeping well. It was like disorienting and confusing, and I had weird bad taste in my mouth as I was waking up every hour and a half because I was dehydrated. I think I was basically, yeah, I was dehydrated. I was still too warm, and so I'd have to urinate a lot and then drink a ton, and it involved disorienting, but I slept at least more hours than I have in a while because I've been getting up at 4:30 in the morning for some time, and no matter what time I go to sleep, and I just need the rest. Yeah, I know, I drink water. I can never drink enough, though. It's so miserable. And even here, I'm at sun space with the air conditioning and a fan on. If I don't eat a proper meal, I'll still get dehydrated a lot, and I didn't feel like... Here's the weird thing about getting up so early. I can't even go to the grocery store and get my stuff. I'd have to like wait around for hours for them to open up for everyone. I don't know if they're doing that now. Before it was like after 8 o'clock everyone could go in. Before 8 o'clock it was like only older people, or like older people and pregnant people could get in. But I don't know if it's still like that, but I did go in a few minutes before 8. But anyways, yeah, I didn't feel like waiting for them to open and going and getting, some real food that I can cook, like chicken. I did waste $7 at Jack in the Box on my food stamp card to get a chicken teriyaki bowl because I'm like, I need something real to eat. I've been exercising so hard and pushing myself so much. Yeah, I know. I do need more sodium. That's the thing, and I do get it throughout the day when I make potatoes or onions because I have Creole seasoning, and that's got salt in it. But at night, not so much. I've thought about having like some kind of salted crackers or something nearby, but I don't know. I don't like doing that also because it is empty calories basically. Click like everybody helps the video out. So I said I would live stream. I wanted to keep my word because originally I was going to do it because I was here at Sunspace. I was writing, and then I thought some people were going to come here and work, so I was going to go outside so they could have it to themselves, and then it turned out they didn't need it. So I was like, well, I already posted saying I'm going to go live. I'll just do it anyways. But yeah, I've been just, there's not enough time in the day, no matter what. Yesterday it was like my foolest day in that I was up from like 4:30 in the morning, got right into writing after I exercised, and till like 8 o'clock at night, got through like 60 pages of my screenplay, rewriting it, figuring out new stuff that I know I'll need to get to later, and it's still not enough time. And I was still exhausted and fell asleep on camera last night on my live stream. That was funny. God damn it, I need a bed at some point, like a real home, but I'll be alright. I don't know how, man, I saw tents on the sidewalk today. They were like extra covered up. I'm like, that is hell to be trapped in the heat makes me stress so badly. It makes me so depressed. I don't know how people put up, it makes me feel so low. Like, this is why I'm so hot. I'm poor and bum, kind of, and just so low. And look at people who have nice condos and apartments and homes. They don't have to deal with this because they got air conditioning. And if they need to do something outside, they can get someone else to do it. If their car needs to be cleaned, they can get someone else to do it or something. Even at, man, like 6 in the morning today, it was warm. Click like everybody, helps the video out. 9 people here, that's good. Always when I start these live streams, I've done it once or twice where I'm in front of the white wall here at Sunspace. It's just the stage behind me. It seems like nobody clicks on the live stream when I have that in the thumbnail. It's like people don't like the image of that or something. But that's your fault, That's what you get for judging. But yeah, I could use a fridge too because I have to go to the grocery store every day, which I'm not complaining. It's like, all right, good. Then I'll go do it, But it does wear down on my car more, and what are you going to do? It's always something. So trying to get this job. Oh, I figured out in my car, I don't know if I necessarily need to get a new radiator. I think maybe I don't, because I checked my coolant this morning. It looked totally full after a few weeks, the last time I filled it up, like 2 weeks or something. Now, this isn't, a foolproof test. I still have to test it, check it again, say in another 2 weeks, and make sure in another 2 weeks, just keep checking it. And I haven't been driving a ton, but I checked it. I was like, well, it looks full, but I'll try putting a little coolant in. I could barely put any coolant in. A few drops, it was already at the top. I'm like, oh, okay, I stopped. So I think it's just as long as I have the radiator cap on as tight as I can get it. I can never get it fully locked because that I can't do anymore. The notch broke off where you do that on the radiator itself. But as long as I keep it really tight, it seems like it's good. So I'll see how long I can get by on that, because if I don't have to spend $200 on a radiator, I won't. I mean, if I keep having to put coolant in it, then it's a problem, and I probably should get a new radiator. And I click like everybody, helps the video out. People are saying that I fell asleep on the stream last night. That's very unfair. I wouldn't characterize it that way at all. I just closed my eyes for 90 minutes. These are, by the way, raw almonds, unsalted. Maybe I should get them salted next time. But yeah, it's unpleasant when I'm waking up every 90 minutes at night, overheating, dehydrated, disoriented. having to drink a lot of water, having to urinate crazy amounts. Really desperate to keep working on my screenplays and get 6 or 7 written. My first one alone, well, it's my second one. My first one, nobody will ever see. It's not good. But I wrote that a couple years ago now. So my second one, it's still I'm working on it a lot, and it's, hopefully the next ones won't take quite so long. Maybe they will. I don't know. I mean, Michael Mann said I'm not comparing myself to him because that's always the excuse, but it's interesting when I hear about, people who write on assignment, they have to do it on a deadline. But if you're just writing your own thing, if it's a story that you already have the skill to like write good stories and it's just taking a long time, it may take a long time to get the knowledge to do it. Scorsese said that with Silence, it took like 20 years. Michael Mann said it took years to write Heat. And again, it's foolish, it's wrong to compare myself to that or any writer to do that. I immediately think you're kidding yourself. You're telling yourself a story to make it sound like, oh, well, you don't have to write fast. You already mastered that part of storytelling. You're just going to take your time and do it. What I'm saying is as long as I'm working as quickly as I can and not kidding myself and being very critical, I'm trying to get through them as quickly as possible. I know it's, hopefully it's helping me write the next one quicker and, I don't know, just be more conscientious of how I'm writing. Click like, everybody. Please click that like button. Helps the channel out, helps the video out. As you may know, I don't have a job. I'm still waiting from this job placement company that for weeks I thought I was going to get a sanitation job, and then I talked to the counselor. I get paired with one. He's trying to push me into doing these 6-month training courses at colleges around here where I'd have to drive 30 miles one way or 15 or 20, and it would be for a career that I don't want. So I said I don't want a career. I just want like something like the sanitation job. It's great. It's cleaning buildings 6 months, and that's it. And if we're not, if the shutdown isn't over by then, which I don't think it will be, maybe another 6 months. I don't know, 2 years. Who knows? But I really miss working on sets. But this guy's trying to push me into that stuff. So I messaged him and said, well, I looked at him and I'm not trying to get any of them because they're they're long courses, and I need a job soon, and something that I can do and have a stopping point, at a certain time. That way, when film work opens up, I'll be able to go back to it, and it just won't be awkward when I quit. Just don't make me uncomfortable. That's all I'm asking. I don't know why this doesn't seem level. The phone looks level, but that doesn't look level. And now I don't look level, do I? Can't tell. No, I'm not doing package delivery. That's a tough job. And I'm especially not doing it with my own car. I can't even fit stuff in my car. I don't want to put the wear on my car. It's not worth it. And no, I don't want anything like that. I don't want anything that's going to... It's like they expect you to have a career there, because a lot of jobs they'll ask you in the interview, how long do you expect to work here? All I'm trying to do is be a sanitation employee cleaning buildings for 6 months, like they said that I've been working with this job placement company. And if they can't get me that, I don't know what I'm going to do, because it's very hard to get anything. I can't get responses on my job applications. So I'm sure companies are getting, thousands and thousands of them, since so many people are worse off than me and looking for work. They're desperate because, they can't afford medicine, they can't afford to take care of the kids, can't afford to keep their home or their rental, more likely, and because their asshole landlord. Man, these landlords are scum. I swear they're the biggest bullies, and I don't care how nice a landlord is, they're still an exploiter. They're just a nice exploiter, you know? Um, you know, taking money from people for stuff they need to live, but they just want to make extra money. They just want to have a little fun, take a little risk. And also, I was mentioning this, my radiator, I'm not sure I really need a new one now. Yeah, I sort of do, but the coolant hasn't gone down in like 2 weeks. I looked at it this morning, I tried putting in a little, it was all the way full. So I'm thinking maybe it's just because I was able to get the radiator cap really tight this time, even though it can't go fully tight because the housing on the radiator where the cap goes on is kind of a little bit cracked away. Not cracked away, it's like the notch where the cap locks on, it broke off, the little plastic. But if it hasn't gone down, obviously I'm getting it pretty tight, so I'm like, well, I'll just keep checking it like every 2 weeks or so. And as long as it's not going down, I'll keep the radiator, you know. Yeah, at some point, maybe I really should replace it and be proactive before it goes all the way, but obviously I don't even have the $200 for the parts that I would need, the radiator, the bushings, gaskets, drain pan, a few other little things. And just writing a lot, but you know, any kind of writing job, if I get money from screenwriting, that's going to be, you know, quite a while, because I'm not trying to rush out with one script and just sell it and make money. That's going to doom a writing career. What you want to do when you're a screenwriter is you have a whole series of great scripts, and maybe, you know, one of them will get you interest from producers and meetings, and maybe none of the other ones will, you know, get made. Maybe one of them will get optioned but not made. But then maybe from there you'll be able to pitch something else or write something else and sell it, or do something on assignment. I'm not sure if I'd ever want to do something on assignment. I don't know. Maybe. I don't have enough experience to know really what that would be like and the pressure involved, and whether I'm really suited to it or not. I'd kind of like to think so, but I just don't know. I don't know really that world yet well enough to say for sure. But you know, if you're a great writer, um, there's a lot of, you know, demand for what you do, because wait. A piece of almond got stuck in my throat. Because producers are always looking for new screenplays. You know, they always need more content. So, man. So, you know, it's very few writers who get paid, but, you know, if you can do great work, it's very helpful in getting steady employment. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not expecting that, because there's 1,000 other variables that go in there, and I've had enough experience to know you can think you've got the simplest route to success, and things complicate it, and I'm not even there yet. I'm still learning, but getting there, getting a lot better, getting way farther than I ever thought I could. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out, helps the channel out. This is my main job right now. I wish I could do more stuff, but I don't know what my options are. And really, I just want to be focused on writing all day. Yeah, I could make videos more, but it's really important for me to get this writing done. Nothing else is going to get it done for me. And you know, the more I put it off, the worse, you know, my ability to go back to it will be. And his hair looks ridiculous. I have a mullet. And just wild. lost track of time. Seriously, just lost track of everything. You know, what day is today? Sunday. That's interesting. Um, it's been like what, 5 months since here mid March it happened, and my dissociative disorder was way worse back then. But abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre. Holy shit! Almost 6 months being in this. I'm gonna put some lotion on my hands. Got this lavender body lotion. It came in like a travel kit that I got at the food bank. I got a bunch of those, so they got like little things like floss, moist wipes, like mini packs of like toothpaste and mouthwash. The mouthwash is nice. I like that. It's like hotel mouthwash, and stuff smells good. Hotel soap or whatever. Floss. I said that. But yeah, it's fine. Whatever. If I don't have a refrigerator, if I gotta go get food every day instead of just having it here, that's fine. I can't complain about that. In fact, I'm doing a pretty good job of coping with it. Just keep moving quickly. Getting up early helps. But the crappy thing is, I get up so early, I have to wait around for the grocery store to open. It's kind of annoying. Or for everybody to be able to go in. And then, you know, if I get chicken, I can't leave it out too long because I got to, you know, cook it before it starts to go too bad, and make sure I cook it before I have to leave here in case something else is going on at Sunspace, because, you know, there's other stuff here, there's shows going on. Usually I know ahead of time, but anyway, it's just all a lot of juggling and coordinating, but that's fine. It's all part of what I chose to do. Man, I was just sleeping weird last night. I just, every hour and a half or so, waking up, headache, bad taste in my mouth, having to urinate so freaking bad, and then having to drink so much water. It was hot. It was still warm. I was too hot. Oh, this lavender smells good. It smells better than the Trader Joe's one I think I got in Virginia. Should I put this on my face? What's the difference between facial moisturizer? Should I do this, give myself a facial right now? I don't want to waste it though, but what's the benefit of that? I don't get it. Putting moisturizer on your face. I don't have my face in the sun a lot. Click the like button, everybody. It helps the video out. I'll just put a little bit, because I don't like wasting this. It smells good. There you go. That's it. I didn't put much on there. Hey, Starla. I drink so much water till I get sick, and then I have to urinate like a maniac. But, you know, like I said, it's all right. Main thing is don't abuse my body. You know, I don't want to take advantage of take it for granted. That's what it is. My health, and you know, have my body wear away. So I'm still trying to be very conscious of eating whole foods, limiting my portions, and all that. Which I'm not 100% sure how successful I'm being. I'm so glad that's the other thing for my health. I gotta sleep more. It's great. I proved to myself, okay, I can get up at 4:30 every day if I need to, no matter how tired I am. I force myself to. Now I have to be more disciplined about just having the screenwriting software open throughout the day, or if I'm reading another screenplay. Today I want to read Aaron Sorkin's screenplay to Steve Jobs. And I think I read it before, and I've seen the movie. I like the movie a lot. It feels kind of sadly overlooked, the movie, somehow. But Speaking of, by the way, Steve Jobs, so originally David Fincher wanted to direct it, and he had worked with Sorkin before on The Social Network, and he wanted Christian Bale to play Steve Jobs, but I guess the studio wouldn't agree to it. It's so weird, the negotiations that happen. Like, you don't think he's a big enough star for it, or what could you possibly want? I'm like, I'm not that picky about it. If I'm a studio head, I'm thinking, all right, if you like this actor, go for it. But I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's something else going on there. But anyway, so then Danny Boyle directed the movie, and it seemed kind of sadly shuffled off or something. I don't know. I don't like that when a movie clearly had a lot of energy put into it, regardless of whether Steve Jobs was really a good guy or not. He had a lot of bad qualities, but the fact that Apple has a lot of bad practices, as pretty much any big company does. But regardless, just as like in a vacuum, which I know that's sort of like a, okay, I don't want to say regardless in a vacuum because that is a very sort of like, you know, like a privileged thing to say, like, oh, we don't have to worry about the implications of the story. But it's a good story for what it is. It may be propaganda, but anyways, it's just kind of sad when it shuffled off. But I was talking about David Fincher. David Fincher now, he's directing, or he directed, and I guess it's ready to come out soon, Mank, a screenplay his dad wrote about Herman Mankiewicz, who wrote Citizen Kane, and it's starring Gary Oldman. And it's shot in black and white. I heard Fincher shot it as if it was a movie in the 30s, and it's going to come out on Netflix, which it was going to come out there anyways, but I think also in theaters. Now I think it's just coming out on Netflix. It looks. They released some pictures of it today, and it looks amazing, and I knew it would. And Fincher, by the way, I know he loves black and white. His music videos and commercials, some of his commercials, I think, had beautiful black and white photography, just like this, where it's like lots of smoke and fog coming in, light hitting it. So there's just all this depth in the image and like great movement in the image where it's very controlled and like he's got a mastery of what's going on. And so anyways, check out Mank when that comes out on Netflix. Amanda Seyfried is in it as well. I forget who plays Orson Welles in it. Crabtree and Evelyn. I swear, there's too many companies doing beauty stuff. What else? Too many pet food companies. Too many car companies. That's a big one. Chrysler, Dodge, garbage. Jeep, whatever, it's all the same. Dodge, Fiat, garbage. Kia, a little better. Hyundai, vaguely better. Mazda, vaguely better. Still a lot of junk. Basically, Toyota and Honda are the only good car companies. And I'm not even sure if that's really true anymore. I'm not even saying that now. I'm saying their cars in the 90s and 2000s were better. And as far as the 90s goes as well, maybe Volvo, Ford, GMC, some of those models. 80s, 90s, I'm talking earlier 90s. And Nissan. Nissan, junk now. Oh my goodness, that Versa, it made me so mad. I was renting it after my car was wrecked, and it stressed me so. I hated it so much. It made me depressed. I had to drive it a month and pay $500 out of pocket for it because my insurance company didn't cover the full rental. I gotta go to the bathroom. Shit. There, you can look at that. really makes no sense why we don't just house the goddamn homeless here and stop giving away billions to greedy landlords who own tons of units across the country. These aren't just little old couples who saved their money, got their savings together, and just wanted a little extra money. These are billionaires and millionaires who own thousands of units, if not hundreds or tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands across the country. And they work to make sure the zoning laws and stuff, preventing affordable housing. Oh, we don't want poor affordable housing in our neighborhood. And I read something interesting. I thought about, why is government housing so terrible? Because it doesn't cost, it barely costs anything more to make really like nice homes, like apartments, like luxury apartments, as opposed to the really crappy ones where stuff's breaking down. It's basically because the government hates poor people and hates black people. And wants to keep them poor, and they basically like to have it miserable, so that if you have an apartment, it's going to break down, and you'll basically just get tired of it because the landlord won't fix it, and you'll want to move out. But we could house everybody here instead of trying to get the Olympics in 2028, I guess. LA just is now unveiling their campaign to get the Olympics here. So anyways, that's a disaster. Meaning it's, I can't imagine living here in 2028. Not that I don't want to, I'm just saying I never imagined long term what it would be like to live here, because I still haven't seen. That's true. C. Camacho, C. Camacho's got it right. It's not broken if it was designed to be dysfunctional. That's right. It was never like, oh, we can't figure it out. It's meant to make it, so foundational that homeless people just can't get places to live, that we never consider it as an option. Like, oh, it's so unreasonable. Are you kidding? Why should we pay for homeless people to have homes? You're paying all kinds of ways to make sure rich people get to exploit poor people, but you don't want poor people to be. Anyways, I don't want to start ranting. But yeah, the Olympics, that's just nuts. Spending hundreds of millions to get that here, it's going to mean more, destruction to homeless people, taking their stuff, sweeping. It's called sweeps, like their trash. By the way, Cody Johnson, some more news. He did a good video about this recently, called something like our incredibly anti, or how we teach people to hate the homeless, or something like that. He's on YouTube. Check him out. Some more news, Cody Johnson. And he's really good at that stuff. Yeah, so LA is going to have the Olympics, supposedly, if people can't organize against it. And it's going to mean a lot more police, militarization of the police, a lot more money to the rich, all kinds of greedy. I can't believe how slimy the deals I've heard of with the Olympics are, and other big sports competitions as well, sports leagues. There was the stuff, it's crazy. People can be the head of a sports league and involved in slave labor in diamond mines or something. What is that? You can't be rich without being a complete sociopath. Just not. I don't care how good they talk about. Oh, we got to help them. We got to have more middle class values, like Warren Buffett. Doesn't matter. He could change a lot of that if he wanted to. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out. Helps me out. Helps my diarrhea. Helps abate my diarrhea. It is better today, and I think that's because people clicked like. Oh man, see right now, I'm not going to go to the grocery store because it's going to be too busy. It's a Sunday, but sucks when it's I'm out. It's okay, I could drive in the searing heat to the grocery store, only a few miles away, and get chicken and drive back just so I have some fucking chicken. Or I could, if I had a home and a fridge, I could just buy enough fish and chicken for the week and whatever. But that's okay, it's... I make do, because what am I going to do? There's other people who got to deal with so much worse now. I've read some of the stories, like, people saying, help, I'm like 2 days away from homelessness. My kids are 5 and 3. I just said that because I see 5 people here, 3 likes. But stories just like that, where they're saying, like, I've been saving money, so, like, hopefully if I don't have to eat as much, it'll help with my diabetes because I can't afford insulin now. And I swear, it's like, you know, we're just taught not to think, well, they deserve it then. That's what I was taught growing up, even if it wasn't conscious. It's like, oh, well, that's what they deserve. They should work harder. When you can work, I'm pulling, actually, that story was from Cody Johnson's Some More News. And he also told this story, how, and I know it, I believe it, you can work full time and still have to live in a homeless shelter because you can't afford rents. And especially in LA, you can't afford rent. If you work full time here, okay, somebody do the math. $15 an hour, 40 hours a week, minus taxes, or I don't know. I guess, do you pay much income taxes on that? I don't know. I've never made that much. But 15 times 40, it's, let's see, 10 times 40 is 400. 5 times 40, 5 times 4, 20, 200, so $600 a week, $2,400 a month, and $2,400 a month times 10, 24,000, 11, wait, 20 or 4,800 plus 24,000, 28,800. Is that right? It's $28,800. You're probably paying for a car in LA. If you're not, you're either paying a car payment, paying high insurance, gas, maintenance, paying for expensive groceries because they're expensive around here. Gas is expensive. The commutes are long. Then you're paying rent. You're either paying health insurance or you're paying your own doctor's bills. If you ever want to go out, have any kind of social life, that's incredibly expensive. And you're working a lot, so it's not just 40 hours a week. If it takes at least an hour to get ready for work and come back, so that's another 2 hours a day. $10 a day total. I forgot what 8 plus 2 is. So you're doing all that for about $28,000 a year, and meanwhile, an apartment, you cannot afford an apartment. You'd have to rent a room with other people and just barely get by because it could easily be $900 or $1,000 a month. And you're just barely getting by, hoping your landlord doesn't screw you over, that they want to fix stuff, that they don't move in someone who's terrible, that they don't try and kick you out so they can redevelop the place or, sell it and, redevelop it into something, they can get more rent from. Anyways, just messed up. Hope you don't have any major health problems of your own. That's right, C. Camacho. Yep. Yeah, there's no money to be made directly in helping them. Even though it would save a lot of money and save lives, doesn't matter. And there's enough money to do it. Anyways, I don't want to rant too much. I'm going to make myself manic. But, just going to write a ton today. And no matter how much time there is, never enough. That's just how it is. And that's not a complaint. That's just something that's like, okay, if there's never enough time, that's why I get up so early. And I really wish I didn't have to sleep that much, but I know it's just bad. It's like, okay, I've proven to myself I have the willpower to get up every day if I'm tired. I shouldn't keep doing that. It's bad for me. I'm sure it's bad on my body, but also my mind. I get dissociated more. And inevitably I get exhausted to where, like, I can barely keep my eyes open. So, I got to be conscious of getting a lot done during the day. And I don't know, right now I've got an eye on writing these scripts and getting maybe at least 5 or 6 written. That's going to take a while. I'm still on my second one. First one doesn't count. because the first one I wrote years ago, it just wasn't good, but I had to write it. I had to get it out of me. So, okay, we'll call this one my first one that I'm working on now, that I'm rewriting. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what else to do. Like, there's just not many jobs around here. I wish there'd be another stimulus or monthly income for everybody or housing guaranteed. Anyways, one more. I don't need to add anything to that. Anybody who's actually watching knows this stuff, you know. And people can isolate themselves in different parts of the country and say, like, well, no, it's fine, it's perfectly fair. Yeah, you probably inherited stuff just from having parents who were able to have money and their parents, you know. And you know, programs that were around before, especially like the GI Bill, that you know, just things are so different now as far as you know, wages are not going up, housing's expensive, everything's expensive, man. It's funny, I was listening to David Lynch talk about how he made Eraserhead on weekends for like 5 years, and he was able to spend like $250 or something a week on making it, something like that, I can't remember. He's like, it's gotten so expensive now. He's like, you can't do that anymore. Everything's so expensive. And it's very true. It is incredibly expensive. But yeah, I'm working at it hard. Working every single day for hours and hours, like 8, 10 hours at least. Basically until I get exhausted and I know I need to sleep. It's not even that I want to sleep. I know I need to. It's going to be bad for my health. It's better for my weight loss. It's better for my immune system if I sleep more. And hopefully I get this job in the cleaning buildings with this job placement company. I let this guy know. I sent him an email, so I'm waiting to hear back. If I don't hear back in a few days, I'll call him, and I'll tell him what I said in the email, which is, you know, I looked at all these training programs he sent to me, but I'm not interested in them because I need work right away. These training programs basically are bullshit. They're 6 months or more. Some of them are like over a year. Stuff that I wouldn't be interested in, that I don't want a career in. And I said I want something I can get soon. So that's why I like this sanitation specialist job, which is a 6-month gig. And if I need more work after that, I can see then. But basically, by the way, if I got this job for 6 months, I'd probably have enough money to live at least another 6 months. So I'm not that worried about it. But and they said the job may extend for after that. So if I need it, I can decide then. But I'm not going to be pressured into taking. It's not even. There's no chance. I don't even have to say that. It's like this guy kept telling me, "Well, look at the courses. See what interests you." Shit all interests me about that. I don't need a job in 6 months from now. I can't even afford to drive to the college campus and back every other day for classes if I'm doing that. Yeah, it would be really great to have mechanic skills, learn from that, but bullshit on that. I could learn to be a mechanic on my own anyways. Not a professional mechanic, but at least my own mechanic on my own car. And all that other stuff, I don't want. Computer networking, nurse, health assistant, whatever, beautician. Actually, that would be really cool to know for movie sets. Because it would be great to be able to, you know, tell a hairstylist, okay, here's what I want, you know, and explain it exactly. That's all stuff I do want to study anyways, like, but I'll just do it on my own books and, like I said, just not enough time. I don't know. I feel like I got to get a certain amount of scripts done, and then I'll have more time to work on other stuff, but we'll see. I don't know. There's just not enough time in the day to learn anything. Yeah, this damn guy wants to keep pressure. I feel like he's getting paid to get people in these courses. Like his company gets grants or something for it. So I sent him the email. so far he's been crappy about getting back on email. So like I said, if he doesn't get back to me by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll call him and just let him know. That's all I want. Is I'm not even trying to waste time or send mixed messages like, oh yeah, maybe I'm kind of open to it, because I don't have the patience for it. I'm an adult. I can clearly say what I want, so he'll probably respect it. If he doesn't, big deal. Then there was nothing for me there anyways, and they said you'll get this job for sure. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be there, because they just want to see that you can have the follow through to apply and dedication. So if it's not there after I went through this whole process of weeks of waiting and the 2 orientations and sending in my documents and resume, then I'll just move on and do something else. Hell, I don't know. I'll have to do videos all the time. Put more time into that and just a little less time in writing. I'm so greedy about my writing time, but I know I do have to keep up videos in order for this job to be doing okay. This is sort of a part-time job for me. It's weird to be well slept for once. It's really nice. I got to do it more often. It is important. As much as I want to kid myself. I was watching, and it is good. I learned this discipline from Wes Watson, watching him. I used to watch him. I don't watch him anymore, but it was good to see he gets up at 2:45 every day, no matter what. He said I remember he said, I slept 1 hour last night, and I still got up, And I'm like, that's good, the discipline. I realize I can't quite function right if I don't sleep full night, but I was pushing myself to get up every day, no matter what. Like 4:30 to 5:30, whatever. And it's like, okay, I know I can do it. I have nothing more to prove on that front. Now I need to have the discipline to get work done throughout the day, so I'm not staying up late. Yeah, the heat is brutal. I was out for 20 minutes, sweating my ass off, and it was miserable. I get so depressed in the heat. I feel so low. Like, oh, people who have money and their lives together, they're not having to deal with this. They get to stay inside and enjoy their lives. But I am inside now. I am enjoying my life in a way, so I can't complain about that. But there were times, definitely, especially in the last year and a half in LA, or a year or so in LA, where I was just so depressed because I was hot. And once I could cool down, I felt so much better. But it is so brutally hot. I was out for like 20 minutes, and like everything absorbs heat, radiates heat. I was sweating. I could do it if I had to, but I don't want to waste time going to the grocery store just to get chicken or something, or really the food banks where I'd go, and get that, come back here, cook it, so I'd have a decent meal. I'm not going to have a decent meal today. I had a potato this morning. Yeah. Well, thank goodness, Noel, who runs the place here, he told me ahead of time we're going to get a heat wave. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, so, you're welcome to come by, as long as nobody else is here. So that's really great. And that's why I say help keep Sunspace going. Look up It's a Squirrel's World. It looks like I have a mustache with this lighting. It's so weird. That's better. That fucking shit lighting of the bouncing off the table here is awful. Yeah, it's a Squirrel's World on YouTube. That's the video I edited for Sunspace. It was shot right here on the stage. That's the stage. Back in November 2019, and it took. I edited it over the course of months because we had to stop and start the editing. I started editing it when I was really bad in my dissociative disorder. It was painful, but I'm glad I pushed through it. And just took a lot of time, a lot of moving parts to it, but it's finally done. So you can watch it. It's a funny opera about a squirrel and a guy who breaks into a hardware store. And it's kind of avant-garde, like it's really trippy, and there's a dream sequence, and it's on YouTube now. So finally you can watch it after I've been editing it on and off, not the whole time, for like 8 months or so. Click like, everybody, helps the video out. Thank you, Ace. Yes, you got the link. I always forget to link it in here, but yeah, click the link and put it in a new tab, save it for later. It's fun. It's a fun little show, and it helps support Sunspace. They're trying to put more videos on YouTube now. because everything's online. So I've been helping with that somewhat. They have other people here who are really good at that as well. But I've been just helping figure out stuff and manage, like, okay, how to do this. Um, my ears are incredibly goddamn sensitive to where I can barely listen to my laptop speakers without my ears hurting. I don't know what it is. It's so messed up. But I don't know how I'll ever go to live shows after all this is over, or I just have to endure it. A lot of ear pain if I ever go to live shows, even with earplugs in. It's just brutal. I can't believe it. At some point, I'll go to a doctor and see, like, is there anything I can do? Probably not, because that's how it goes at the doctor. Maybe I do have some TMJ that could be worked on, with clenching my teeth, although I've been better about that lately. 8 people in here, cool. I feel like people don't click on the video as much. When one or two live streams I've had with this background behind me, people just don't want to click on it. So here, if you're popping into the live stream now, how do you like that? There, you get the star field behind you. That's nicer. And that character over there. So I'm going to do a lot more writing today and just try and avoid any distractions, because I need to get a lot done. I absolutely need to. Time is so short, and there's so much I want to do. I wish I had time to, if I had the money, time to get the new Vegas Pro editing software, learn all of it, all the new tricks on it, the denoiser, the motion tracking, sound editing, mixing more. There was something else I wanted to learn. What was it? I really can't remember. I think there was some computer stuff fascinates me too. I loved it when I was a kid. I was never good at it. I took computer science in college. I dropped out after, I switched programs, but I dropped out of computer science after 3 semesters because I was failing classes and I was just terrible at it. And it always fascinated me, the idea of coding. I took a Unix class, Java classes. I was just god awful at them. The fucking math, I failed miserably. Advanced pre-calculus, I think. I was so bad at it. Unbelievably bad at it. I could not figure it out. College is kind of a waste for me, but I was looking up something. What was it? I think I was just looking up stuff about Linux, or I don't know what it was. I was trying to look up something interesting. I was curious about. It's like I'd love to know that stuff too about computers, more about them. I have a somewhat decent information. I actually read a whole. It was like the C plus book, or no. What was it? CompTIA A plus certified or something, where you learn all the basics of computer building, hardware repair, and maintaining a computer. This was 13 years ago, but it gave me a foundation for that stuff. Sometime I should do it again. It's not like I have to be screenwriting 11 hours a day every single day, but right now I think I do, because there's no urgency on that other stuff. It's just interesting. I need to make the money and stuff to get that to happen and increase my screenwriting ability. You started your new job? What's your new job? Hey, Lauren. No, I don't lift weights. I exercise with body weight. So this morning I did a bunch of burpees and a back workout. Most days I'll do pull-ups and dips at the park as well. Today I didn't, because I knew I was worn out. I did them for 3 or 4 days in a row. I tried doing them yesterday. I was worn out doing them. So I was like, I'll give myself a break today. And I'm sure I'll hit them hard tomorrow. And it also helps when I eat better. I don't eat much a lot of times, even though I'm still struggling to lose weight. I think I have been losing some, but I exercise pretty much every day. And I was actually feeling yesterday, it was weird. I was thinking, I don't even like having the muscles I do now. I don't like how big they are in a way. They're not that big, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. Feels like I have football pads on me, and my legs, I could feel them, my quads and stuff. My thighs. I was like, I don't like this feeling of being big. I can't help it when I exercise a lot, but I personally don't like it. I don't like the look. I don't want to be inconspicuous. I like being smaller and more slender. The thing is, I do want to exercise just really for my mind and for my health. I just like to have that. You work in a factory, I see. Where do you live, Jeffrey Cockington? click like, everybody, helps the video out. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't like having big muscles, even though, yeah, I'm not that big or anything, but just personally, I prefer not to have the look. I like to just be thin, but it is good to be strong just in case you need the strength, and it's good for your health in a way. Like, if you fall, it makes you less likely to injure yourself, and if you injure yourself, you're more likely to recover better if you're in good shape and muscular. And same with just in general, moving around, it's better if better for your posture and everything. As long as you're exercising right, it is possible to mess yourself up. But yeah, I don't like it. I was thinking yesterday, I don't like this. I don't want to look big. I don't want to look like I can beat anyone up. But whatever, I'll live with it for now. You live in Ohio? Which part of Ohio? I've been in Cincinnati several times because that's where my dad's family's from, and it was fine. I mean, little suburbs, whatever. Very kind of not my thing, not my place where I would be, but also it seemed pretty familiar to what I knew in Virginia. Although, granted, Cincinnati had kind of a rougher history. But yeah, it was fine out there. Last time I was there was actually 2005, so long time ago now. But I generally enjoyed it, being out there. So. Oh, excuse me. I'm not really tired. I just had to yawn. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out. And also exercising, it just helps with depression. It helps with my mind. I'd be much more depressed. I'm always kind of depressed, but much more if I didn't exercise and get up and do something, because it makes me feel so powerless if I don't do something in the morning. And that's how I felt for most of my life. And so I'm realizing, that's good for me to do that. So I don't feel stuck. Like if I got to do something, I just do it, which I'm still, not perfect about, but it's getting better, and it helps with my dissociative disorder, I think. Or I don't know if it helps it. It doesn't hurt it. It at least, keeps other stuff out of the way. It's helping me recover. I'm still not 100% recovered, but I'm way better. Obviously, I'm at the point now where I'm just kind of resuming my life. I'm still not all the way there. I know that. I know I don't quite feel all the way like myself, but I'm not having nearly the same problems as I did before. Let's see what else you can see there. Oh, and the green screen. And the giant, I call that the giant mosquito mask. Been going for an hour. I'll go another few minutes, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and I do want to get back to work on my screenplay. Really need to do that. I'm really eager to get it done, but I know I'm not going to get it done today. It takes time to learn what it really needs to improve it, and I'm surprised that even what I realized the last 3 days or so on it, like, oh, this could be embellished, this could be improved, the drama here, something could be cleared up, something could be elaborated a little bit, a few little parts could maybe be cut out. I think I've been pretty good about cutting stuff out, but there may very well be more parts I could cut out. But I outlined it very carefully, outlined it about 15 times, a full treatment, like a 30-page treatment before I wrote it. I can't do it without that, because I'll just be lost and trapped, in this dialogue where you want to know how the scene's going to start and end before you do it. That way you take the heavy lifting off the dialogue. You see in amateur movies where the dialogue is doing all the heavy lifting, where they're talking their way through the entire scene, and it's so dense, and they're talking about stuff that never happened on camera, that is totally takes place somewhere else, and your eyes glaze over. You're like, well, how is this supposed to interest me at all? Like, talking about stuff basically they didn't have the budget to shoot, but also that they thought it would just be interesting, again, having the dialogue doing the heavy lifting of the story instead of the characters doing stuff. Maybe I should start eating proactively, like before I start getting really faint and hungry. I'll just have a few nuts. Shit. Almonds are really good for you. You just don't eat a lot because they do have a lot of calories, but they help get your cholesterol down. Also, if I turn the camera on this way, you can see the whole live streaming setup. Shit, do I have enough slack here? Yeah, I'll sort of just cheat this. Is there? Yeah. Computer's there, monitor here for the live streaming setup for the live streams that happen here. The Unusual Tuesdays, which is a great show. It's so fun, funny, interesting. It's on Twitch every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight, going into Wednesday Eastern time. I just farted. And Thursday Night Jazz at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. And they're really well produced. Like, it would be like a $5,000 budget to make these, at least the Unusual Tuesday show, if it wasn't all volunteers. And we didn't already have this space, and people weren't just contributing stuff to it. So check those out. Look up Sunland Sunspace on Twitch, or just look up Sunspace on Instagram and Facebook, and you'll see they'll post, every Tuesday and Thursday when they have updates. They tried to have Saturday shows, and they did one, and they're trying to have more, so that may be coming too. Anyways. Oh, and here's one of the miniatures that one of the volunteers on Unusual Tuesdays built. It looks like crap on camera, but it actually looks really good in person. Why can't I zoom out? Yeah, it looks better. This camera sucks, but one of the miniatures right there. Why can't I just zoom out? Oh, well, I guess I'm going to get going. I don't have a whole lot more to say. I'm going to keep working. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.